The time has come, gang. I've been looking forward to this for some time now. This is my favorite, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, it's up there, man. I don't know if I ever told you, Michael, when I saw this movie, I went with my next door neighbor friend, a friend of mine who was about a week younger than me. His parents took us to see it. I had no idea what it was about. We're talking, I was 12 years old. And I was like, 2 old guys? This movie's going to suck. Boy, was I wrong. Anyways.
This thing sent me off on a tangent of being obsessed with all the actors in this movie. I wrote them letters when I was a kid. Some of them wrote back to me. I got pictures and letters from Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon and Sophia Loren from the next movie, and Burgess Meredith. I was obsessed.
Well, I knew it was going to be good when I first saw it because like I said, I was a diehard Odd Couple fan, not just of the TV series, but the movie. So it's like if they put these guys in another comedy, sign me up.
You don't want to hear something disappointing. I actually was in an Odd Couple mood the other day, and I watched part 2. And we had just had that countdown of the worst sequels that weren't as good at, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And The Odd Couple Part 2 is by far the worst sequel in the history of ever.
Yeah, it was
like Francis says in Stripes.
It was unbearably dumb. Like it wasn't. You couldn't feel the vibe. The movie was stupid. It was unbelievable. I hated that movie.
Not good.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Did you guys saw that one?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, it was unbearably stupid.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Michael. Don't you think they were probably trying to ride high after making these 2 movies? Because it was after these 2 movies were made.
It was after these, yeah.
Absolutely. And then Out to Sea. Out to Sea was a good movie, though.
Out to Sea wasn't bad. It had its moments.
That was pretty good. But when they did this, it was like, oh, God. And I always looked forward to, back then, to a Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon movie. And then they said Odd Couple 2. I was ecstatic. And it was the dumbest movie ever made.
You just made me think of Out to Sea. I was thinking of Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer. My dad loves that.
Down Periscope. Oh, God.
Periscope. Nice. Anyway. You've seen Out to Sea, though, right?
Oh, Out to Sea is a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. With Brent Spiner.
Oh, yeah, Dana.
When I met him.
I'm going to be right back before we start. I just want to grab something.
Oh, you got it. When I met Brent Spiner, like I must have been a breath of fresh air because I was the only one that talked about anything other than Star Trek, right? And I said, "You worked with the greatest actor of all time, Walter Matthau. How was that?" And he says, "Oh, Walter was great. I loved working with him. He was amazing. You know, the whole cliche shit." But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about was Walter Matthau when I met him.
Dude, that's a nice way to. I think it's a nice icebreaker a bit when you do that because Neve Campbell, when I got her last spring at Horror Hound, a guilty pleasure movie is Drowning Mona. I don't know if you ever saw that movie with the Yugo cars. It's got a great cast in it, and she's like, I brought that poster. She's like, oh my God, I didn't expect to sign one of these posters. She's like, I got to think of my character's name. I'm like, don't worry, I looked it up on IMDb. Make sure you would know it. She's like, this is awesome. This is nice for a change. So I was like, yeah, you know. No, dude, that works, dude, when you do that, though, you know?
Mm-hmm. But this one I've been dying to watch. This has an all-star cast, big time.
Oh, God. And you know what? Us being like big Rocky fans or even the old Batman with Burgess Meredith being in it, like that just adds to it as the great horny bastard he was in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was horny bastard, all right.
And this was kind of one of those movies that started the bloopers at the end being something you had to look for, too, isn't it?
Yeah, and Michael, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there's any movie better with those outtakes and the end credits than these 2 movies.
No.
I would have to go. That's a good topic to do because I would have to say the Cannonball Run.
No.
Well, you know who did them pretty well was the Rush Hour movies. The Rush Hour movies.
Cannonball Run was good. Stroker Ace. Well, actually, a lot of those Burt
Reynolds. Those are pretty funny, but they're not Burgess Meredith going on a tangent and fucking talking about Hawaii fucking sex fucking phrases. No way.
it is Dean Martin. Remember these bleeds? These fucking bleeds? Remember? Because they're the two priests. And he's like, how about I take those beads and stick them up your nose? But who is it? Barrett Reynolds says those bleeds, and Dean Martin's like, these bleeds? These fucking bleeds? Up my nose?
I will say I watched with Lisa that George Clooney movie with Julia Roberts. Of course, yeah, shoot me now for watching it. But they had outtakes at the end of that movie, and it made the movie because all the guys were busting George Clooney's chops in these scenes in the airplane. So it was good to see somebody like that getting shit for it.
Nice.
Well,
I got to give it to Grumpy Old Men on this one. Rush Hour is pretty good with the bloopers and the outtakes, but I got to give it to Grumpy Old Men personally. But I'm biased. I'm biased on this one.
That one Rush Hour 2, you remember where like the one guy falls off the building and is like, oh, looks like he won't be in Rush Hour 3.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You guys want to get going? We'll get started?
Let's get ready. We can talk as we go, right?
What do you guys watching on?
We got the Warner Brothers logo on the screen.
Time Warner Entertainment Company.
Right, hold on, let me make sure this is coming up before I even start. Yep.
We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave.
Warner Brothers. Okay, with the Warner Brothers logo.
I'm going to try my best not to quote this the whole fucking time.
Michael, I think I'm going to have to buy a one sheet for this, and I don't have one. I think I'm going to have to get a one sheet, man.
Definitely. You might have to spend like a couple $100 and just get one signed by everybody.
Yeah, you know what? And the second movie's a good movie, but the poster isn't as good. The first one in the winter is much better looking.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, we'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Start Grumpy Old Men, and there's a Time Warner Entertainment Company.
What are you guys watching now?
Understand? I can quote this entire movie with no help in the least. So I won't do it, but just know that I can, so I don't have to.
I could do that with Clue.
I could do that with several movies. I could do it with Stripes. I could do it with.
We could do it with
Animal House. I could do it with Halloween with my ears plugged up, my eyes closed, somebody sitting on my head.
I'll tell you, I can sit there and watch Halloween in my head, laying in bed at night. Watch Halloween. Easily. I could watch Grumpy Old Men, Grumpier Old Men.
In Wabasha.
Part 1, Rambo Part 1.
Green Jacket. No, First Blood. Oh, God. That First Blood, you could watch that.
What a classic.
Did you hear somebody on social media saw trees at the Christmas trees in the sheriff's department? So they're like, it's a Christmas movie now.
Nice.
Hey, this is kind of a Christmas movie, though.
Definitely. You remember Shooter McGavin's in this movie, too.
Christopher McDonald.
Yeah.
Hannah.
With the Christmas hat and everything.
Oh, the mermaid from Splash, right?
Oh, God. I loved her in Splash. And Splash is another one of my top 20 movies. I love that movie.
Oh, God. Pat, I don't know, maybe even Michael, too. When you grew up, in the snow, I could just remember my parents having cars out in the street and this happening to them.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Well, I remember because I had to go outside, dig it up. Me and my brother dig them out.
Yep.
And then the son of a bitch snowplow would come by and plow it all the fuck back in.
Back when rear-wheel drive cars were more common.
Oh, and there he is. He just, was it last year he died, Buck Henry? He passed away last year, Buck Henry. You guys remember him from all the original Saturday Night Lives, right?
Yes.
And Buck Henry. He was famously in the Samurai sketches with John Belushi.
Yes. Music by Alan Silvestri. Done some big music for some big movies.
I was you took the words out of my mouth as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, he's done a lot of shit.
Back to the Future, Romancing the Stone. Those are two I know.
Romancing the Bone? I saw that one.
Who's the guy yakking at your door?
You rolled your stupid head.
Tropical heat wave.
Holy moly. Does he say that all the time, right?
Looks like somebody's moving into the old Klickner place.
Oh, somebody's volume's up. Like it's bouncing.
Maybe I should turn it down.
Yeah, somebody's is because I can hear it. So we don't get in trouble. So the wives had a good time on Friday, I assume.
Oh yeah. Mine did for sure.
Oh, mine did too. She
Had
had
a good time everywhere, but specifically there, she was having a blast.
We were just kind of mad because Lisa was better like the next day. It was like, sucks, whatever.
But she was fine. At least she got to hang out.
Oh yeah.
April wanted to have a bunch of drinks, but she was my driver home from the shop that night. So we'll have to do another one of these days where she could get nuts at the house. She's definitely the head fucking person at the party.
Bring them on for like a Valentine's Day one or a Mother's Day one.
We got all kinds.
3 months.
Jesus. I forgot about that.
Men's strip joints.
Michael, help me remember. How much does he owe?
Oh, 50 some odd $1,000. 54,000? I think it was 54,000. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what it was.
Oh, you got me in a pinch here.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I think with all the fees and all the other bullshit, I think Buck Henry said it was like 54,000.
Yeah, they got to be a top 5 duo, right? Or maybe top 10 at least.
Oh, easy. They're up there with like Martin and Lewis. Big time. They're up there with the big duos.
Yeah,
easily.
I'm thinking of them. For me, I think Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor is a big one for me.
Yep. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi.
Yeah.
Chris Farley and David Spade. Yep. Let's not blow our load. That's a good list to be doing for a podcast.
Well, after doing this, we might have to make that a top 5 or so.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Oh. When I first saw that, I was dying. That guy's from Chicago. That's Steve Cochran he used to be with WGN. Lost a lot of weight.
Oh, you know this guy.
What did they do? Like we did like the
God, he always runs panels at the Chicago Cubs convention when I'm there.
You could get him to sign your one sheet.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Man,
shut up.
You're like racking my brain. I can't believe I can't think of that.
Think of what?
I'm like sitting here the whole movie before and after when he says how much he owes.
I'm so sorry, dude. I don't even know myself.
Well, I thought there was several numbers, but I think after Buck Henry went through the whole spiel about fees and bullshit, it was like 54,000. I think it was like originally like 13,000 or something like that. Well, but then he said fees and all the other bullshit. He's like 50. He's like, yeah, you got that kind of money.
I think Walter Matthau knows it when when Lemmon's in the hospital and then they're taking over his house.
Yeah,
that's when he finds out.
All the next lines. You'll never see that. We will when he sell his house.
Boy, did this woman age well. Good Lord.
I am sorry. When I was younger, man, I used to have the biggest crush on Ann-Margret.
Now I got Bye Bye Birdie
and shit.
Bye Bye Birdie stuck in my head.
damn good looking. And she's aged. I mean, she's got to be in her 80s, and I wonder what she looks like now. But I'm sure she's holding up well.
Isn't she like Elvis's leading lady?
Well, I said I remember from all the Elvis movies. I used to watch them as a kid.
You guys see that Elvis movie that they came out with on, what was it, Netflix?
Oh, it's on HBO Max?
You.
Well, that's the one that was in the theater, right?
Yeah.
Because what the hell is his name? The one that, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's good. You'll like it a lot.
Yeah, I've heard more people like it, but there's a few people that don't seem to really like it all, but who cares about them?
Always those idiots.
So Ann-Margret's 81.
Wow.
And still a beautiful woman. God bless her. Now, I always liked, it was always in the same vein as her. I always liked Ann-Margret, and I always liked Bernadette Peters. I always thought she was a hottie.
Did you read this? Walter Matthau had double pneumonia after filming this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Died on impact, right?
You know what's funny is like the dialogue between them was perfect because like I just remember sitting around with like my grandfather and his brothers, and they all talk the same. They all talk like this. They all just broke each other's balls. They had no filter.
You know what's weird is how different Jack Lemmon looks in this movie and the next movie.
I always get a kick out of these two are feuding this movie, but Jack Lemmon, he just loves Kevin Pollak, Walter Matthau's son in this movie.
He loves his son. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Have fun driving one of those in the winter.
And this, what the age difference was at the time, because I mean she ends up, well, spoiler alert for anybody watching along with us that's never seen this, that she ends up with Jack Lemmon. I'm just wondering what the age difference was.
This was the 6th of 10 movies they did together. So like they did more than once towards the end of their lives.
Who, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau?
Yeah, I was just reading this. It's the 6th movie they did together at the time.
What other ones can you name?
Schmidt. The Drinking Schmidt.
Oh, yeah, there's that one, right? You know what's funny though? They did a lot of movies on their own still too, though. But you remember a lot of the ones they did together.
Oh, classic. Well, you know one that Walter Matthau did without Jack Lemmon that was really good was Sunshine Boys with George Burns.
Oh yeah,
you remember that one?
I know of it. I don't think I saw it.
I saw it, but I saw it like maybe once.
Sure. What kind of cracker? We got chocolate, coconut, graham, whatever you want. How about a plain cracker? We don't have plain crackers. I got chocolate, coconut, and graham.
Here you go. I'll start from the movies together. The Fortune Cookie was their first one in 1966. Yeah. Then the original Odd Couple. They did a movie called Koch. The Front Page, which I remember that movie. Uh-oh. Hold on here. Good old Mickey.
Oh, you gotta love Burgess Meredith.
Uh-oh.
Did you mount her?
breaks the bag.
I must be like a second back from whoever's got their volume up because it's like an echo.
Is that like the woman that has all the doves in Home Alone 2?
Yeah, right?
I'm going to turn it down some more if it's on me. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I'm pretty damn low. There it is, Green Hornet.
And while we're watching this, we got to think of something good for next week's watch along next Tuesday.
You want to take a break and not do the second one right away?
Well, yeah, but we can do that. Maybe alternate a comedy, a horror, comedy, a horror.
You know, we haven't done. Maybe we should go back since it'll be the start of the year. Maybe we do Halloween 5. Is that where we left off?
We left off. Yeah, we could do Halloween 5 next week. That'll be a fun watch along.
It's one of the guilty. I like to call that a guilty pleasure sequel.
It's a guilty pleasure. That's a movie I could probably mouth every goddamn word from. The Green Hornet strikes again.
Dude, you imagine like hanging out with these two guys at this time of their lives?
Oh man, I would have killed to hang out with Walter Matthau. He was my favorite actor for the longest time.
You know, he played a good Mr. Wilson too.
That was hilarious. Martha, where's the GD Garden Lanterns?
Or Nick Castle. Nick Castle.
He's always throwing the fish in the back of everybody's car.
Wild, isn't it, that Nick Castle did that movie?
Crazy. So we said the front page, Buddy Buddy was a movie in 1981. Get this. Maybe they weren't on screen together. Were they in JFK together at the same time? They're in JFK, both of them.
They were both in it, but I don't remember them at the same time.
It's been a minute since I've seen that movie. Yeah, it's definitely been a minute since I've seen JFK.
And Grumpy Old Men in 93. The Grass Harp in 95. Grumpy Old Men, Out to Sea, and The Odd Couple 2. That's all we got. That's 10 movies.
Well, the way it ended. Odd Couple 2. Did you ever see The Great Race with Jamie Lee Curtis's dad, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon?
Oh, my dad loves that movie. We have it. Yeah.
That
watched with my father.
That stupid laugh. Aha, aha, aha.
I had to look up this movie because I forget the name of it, but I remember watching it as a kid. Did you ever see him in Candy? It's actually, I didn't even realize this till just now because it's a movie I haven't seen in a dog's age. It's literally like a weird, like, almost like a Sergeant Pepper's type weird movie. And I didn't realize it was a screenplay by Buck Henry, who's the tax collector in this movie. I didn't realize that. And there's a bunch of people in it: Marlon Brando, Richard Burton, James Coburn.
It's a good cast, I think, right?
Ringo Starr, John Aston, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Wow.
Go back and watch it. I remember there's the girl Candy that's in it is hot as hell. And it's this whole thing where they're chasing her around and she's like almost like a virgin type thing. So it's just a weird, like, psychedelic movie, almost like, did you ever see the Monkees movie Head?
No.
Oh,
that's another fucked up. It's like you think The Wall was fucked up from Pink Floyd. Go watch Head and go watch this movie Candy. But it made me think of it. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot Walter Matthau was in that.
It was saying here that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau did not think this was going to be a hit at all. They didn't really take it too seriously filming it, but they were.
That's probably why they were so good at it, because they probably like, fuck it, let's just do it. And that's the best way you get the best, natural roles.
Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis were seriously considered before them, but Dean Martin's health was
that would have been bad.
yeah.
That'd have been home.
I mean, granted, No, because you know they did it. I mean, had they done it, it probably would have been okay. You know, it wouldn't have fell in love with it because you like Walter Matthau. But
Yeah, it says here, although his character is supposed to be 94 years old, Burgess Meredith was in fact 85 when this movie was filmed. He was only 17 years older than Jack Lemmon, who portrays his dad.
I remember at the time when I first saw this, thinking that I'm like, really? I'm like Burgess Meredith, and I there was no Google in '93. I mean, there probably was, but I wasn't like savvy to look it up. But yeah, it was always a little odd.
Well, what's sad is when he did the grumpier old man, he had Alzheimer's really bad.
Yeah.
And they had a quite a time filming it, but he did it like a true pro.
Was that Meredith's last role?
Had to
by the time that he died, right? Let me look at it now. I don't know what year he died. Right now. Yeah, he died. No, he died in 97. What Grumpy Old Man was what, 95?
Grumpy Old Man's 93. Or Grumpier.
No, Grumpier Old Man. Yeah, it was 95. So he died in 97.
I read it
quick.
So far, so good. It was not very interesting. I'm sorry to say.
It was 89. What was not interesting?
His book he wrote, Burgess Meredith, So Far So Good.
No, I never read it.
It wasn't very interesting. He spent the first half of this. It's a big book. He spent the first half of it talking about how he was blackballed for being Jewish back in the day. So he had to lie about that so that he would get work.
Well, a lot of them were. That's why a lot of them changed their last name. I mean, you look at The Odd Couple. Jack Klugman and Phil and Tony Randall. They were both Jewish. Tony Randall's, I think, real name was Tony. Was it Rosenberg?
Rosenberg. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at. He was Jewish. Tony Randall. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
There's Michael's line right there. These guys go to the same place at the same time, don't they?
Farting razor blades. Yes. So, Michael, Tony Randall's real name is Aryeh Leonard Rosenberg.
Wow.
Yep. And you want to read a real good book? Obviously, it's not Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon or anybody from the movie, but go read Tony and Me. Book Jack Klugman wrote about Tony Randall when Tony Randall helped him when he had cancer. Real good book.
Oh, really?
Because
Tony
everybody just thought it was a TV show. It's called Tony and Me. It's a small book. So it's a quick read. And he wrote it as a tribute to Tony Randall when he passed away, because when Jack Klugman came down with throat cancer, and the people after The Odd Couple, they were like that. They were like the best of friends to the day they both died.
Farting
they
razor.
both took care of each other.
Triple H.
Yeah, I just read too. This was their first movie in 10 years together, and the last couple they had done before this just did not make any money at all. So that's the other reason why they were hesitant in doing it. But
this movie solidified them in the. Well, Odd Couple was obviously great, but if there was any doubt, this solidified it.
This had some good supporting people in it too.
Well, yeah, this had a great cast. I mean, Daryl Hannah, Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, Daryl Hannah doesn't do too much. I think what was the last thing I saw was the Kill Bill movies. It seemed.
I haven't seen her in A Dog's Age. The last thing she's in Kill Bill movies. Wasn't she in shit before I
probably been in something since then, but that's the only thing.
Just double check. Just hold on a second. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember her in the Invisible Memoirs of an Invisible Man, the John Carpenter movie.
Chevy
With
Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Jesus, Quincy Adams. Oh, we missed that part. You know, it's great. I hadn't watched this in a long time too, so that's I was also excited to watch this with you guys. It's been a while.
It's been a minute since I watched this.
I love it.
It's been a long time.
This is probably top. It's definitely top 3. I'm just not sure if it's number 2 or number 3.
Look at this broad. I did this right after we had our hot tub installed 10 years ago. I did that stupid. I was also shit faced though.
That might be a movie we have to do down the road. Splash.
I haven't seen Splash in probably 30 years.
I've never seen that one.
You've never seen Splash? Oh, Splash is great. Tom Hanks, John Candy, Daryl Hannah.
Is it Eugene Levy?
Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy. Yep.
It's got to be a comedy with that lineup.
Oh, it is. It's a great movie. It's hysterical.
Is this where he's gonna fuck around with the remotes now?
Is this it, or is it when does the son come over? I forget. So I know Kevin Pollak's there when he was doing it.
You're a child.
TV repairman.
That's a 54 Super Zenith. This TV's a classic.
Oh God, I remember those TVs. I remember the days when the tubes would go and you'd have no TV for 2 or 3 days, so you had to wait for the TV repairman to come and change the fucking tube. Am I that old? Holy shit. Those big ass Zeniths that were all wood paneled. Took up one whole side of my living room.
I could fix it for you, you know. That's what I used to do. I was a TV repairman. I think it works fine just the way it is. How the hell does she see any shows?
It's making me think of my parents when they're staying with me. They did this with their freaking Lotto and Wheel of Fortune games.
I almost forgot to bring down ice, but I have these. You have these, Brett? Whiskey Rocks?
Oh, I've heard of those. They work out pretty well.
Yeah, they're good.
These commercials are hilarious.
Yeah, aren't they like Little Caesars and shit?
That guy dancing.
And Walter Matthau had the perfect voice for comedy.
He was on an award show. I think it was Academy Awards, and he was singing, and everybody. I don't know if he was trying to be serious or what, but the whole crowd was laughing the entire time.
It's gonna get him with the hose, I think, right?
Yeah.
You guys heard Kevin Pollak's impressions of like Chris Walken and shit like that?
Kevin Pollak now.
Oh man, you gotta look that up on YouTube. He does some crazy good impressions.
These two.
I never tried that.
Just remember, you gotta use hot water, you dickhead.
That's right.
I have a roof scraper, and I learned that the hard way when you scrape it to make sure you're out of the fucking way. Hey, dickhead.
I can't honestly say one guy's better than the other in this movie, though. I guess you could impersonate Walter Matthau a bit more to where you can enjoy it more.
Definitely easier than Jack Lemmon.
Yeah. Is that what you guys are thinking for next Tuesday? Halloween 5?
Yeah. What the hell is that shit?
Pew. Smell.
He's gonna drive like a maniac now.
This is great. This was like a Chevy Chase drive.
Watch it, bonehead. I remember that part. Like as if it's not his fault, right?
Oh, Brad, you better have feeling better. She going to join us tonight?
With the kids being off, I don't think so. She's probably going to occupy them. So they're up and enjoying life with all their new games and gadgets from Santa Claus.
You guys got to get any good? We can save it for our year-end review on Friday. You guys get any Halloween stuff? I mean, of course, we know we probably bought it for ourselves. Gave it to them to give to us.
I got some stuff coming. Actually, I finally found the Walmart one because I didn't have one, but I'll have a second.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I got some Halloween stuff. Of course, it was here. Wrap this. Give it to me.
I think I texted you. I bought some stuff from Chalkline because stuff got even cheaper. So.
I saw that and I'm like, you know what? If I look a bit about, I just gonna do a moratorium for a bit because you know what it is? It's after the first of the year, all the soundtracks are gonna start coming in.
Oh God!
And then like the wives just say, "Oh no, what's arriving? Did you order it? It's a pre-order." I always say it's a pre-order. It's a pre-order.
Yeah, my brother lost his mind with the Tommy Lee Wallace book because he was like, "I didn't know this was going to be out." I was like, "Yeah."
You know what? And it's funny because I got Amazon cards from my son for Christmas, so I'm gonna go order the book. I was gonna wait till my birthday, but screw it, I'm just gonna order it so I can read it.
He's pretty funny, Ozzie Davis in this.
Ozzie Davis, yeah, he was a pisser. What are we drinking tonight, boys? What's everybody's flavor of choice for this fine evening?
Classic. Michael Loeb Ultra.
The Ultra.
I went to a new brewery that opened up with a client, and I bought this pink lemonade sour ale, which is super sour and tart.
Super sour?
Sour.
Rated very high.
Cokes. Lemon Cokes. I couldn't do any more boozy nog. I came home. Was it Christmas or Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve, I was at my brother's house and had a bunch of drinks, hanging out with everybody. And I came home and then down another whole bottle of boozy nog. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done till next year. I can't do another bottle.
Chinese Christmas Day? We did get it Christmas Eve.
Yes, we did Chinese Christmas Day. We went and visited my mother. And then we went and got our annual farararras.
No,
yeah, it's our tradition.
Deck the horse with boughs of hoary.
Yeah, we do it every Christmas Day. It's our tradition.
You know, everyone in my life hates Christmas Story.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And doesn't stop it. on the screen for like 4 or 5 hours on Christmas and a couple days leading up to it. That's a staple. I don't know. Something must be wrong with your soul to have a problem with Christmas Story, right? That means you're evil inside, right?
You have no soul.
You're a schmuck.
Joseph Stern. Yeah, I don't understand how you couldn't like A Christmas Story. And admittedly, I don't watch it as much as I used to because, like most people, we cut the cord and got rid of cable years ago. But we always put it on because we did watch it at least once. I did watch Black Christmas. I think Christmas night I watch Black Christmas. That's usually my thing. Everybody goes to bed, and I'll watch Black Christmas on Christmas night.
That's the thing that why I love Christmas Story, but it's on repeat at my brother's house Christmas Eve when we're there because it starts that 24/7 marathon thing. Like,
it's on in the background, but we were pounding beers, so yeah, we were pounding beers, and my nephews kept feeding me shots of Jameson behind my wife's back. Hopefully, she's not watching this.
I saw that poster of the toy you got there, Brett. That's Scotty Schwartz. You had signed it, right?
Yeah, he put, "I want the black man."
I want the black man. I wasn't aware we sold. That's a movie that's on our list. We got to watch. That's
Michael, you've seen that, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're like, it's all right. I love it.
Oh, that's great.
That was a movie watching when I was a kid. That's it.
Same thing.
Patrig.
What's that?
When's the last time you watched The Toy?
The Toy, it's got to be 20 some odd years at least.
Okay, because it's not as good as you remember.
It doesn't age well, I'll say that, but
it doesn't age well, but it's probably nostalgic to the point where you haven't seen something in so long, you're gonna like it either way. You might be like, well, maybe it's
it'll be the last time.
Well, we got our buddy in it too from the Honeymooners,
Yeah, Jackie Gleason.
U.S. Bates.
That's U.S., not U.S.
Ned Beatty's in there too.
Ned Beatty, yep. Drop your pants.
Pollock in his fucking Indiana Jones.
Drop your pants. Indiana Jones.
Could you imagine going through this situation in real life? You have a crush on some chick, you look through a window, and then she's all hot and grown up, and she says she knew, and that's why she kept her window open.
And the best thing, she's not smacking you. She's talking about it like she didn't mind it.
Man, what a Christmas present!
Yeah, I mean, I has anybody seen her? What she looks like these days? She was beautiful. I wonder if she hit a wall.
That's the 50-foot woman, for Christ's sake, isn't it?
The 50-foot woman.
Yeah, Kevin Pollock. He's done stuff. It doesn't seem like he's done. I like him. Is it the one to Analyze This or Analyze That? Yimmy.
He was in that. He was in
Yimmy the Tulip. Oh no, that's Whole 9 Yards, not Analyze This. The movie with Bruce Willis.
I have to go look. Yeah. A Few Good Men. He was in The Usual Suspects. Whole 9 Yards. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Geez, those are some big movies you just listed before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, schmuck.
Wearing an old lady sweater, I just noticed.
There's Burgess Meredith. Oh God.
Yeah, well, that's obviously he's the whole thing. He's trying to set the two of them up because he likes his son.
God, I would have thought Burgess Meredith was in his 90s here. I think I did that to Lisa a couple times where I banged on the bottom of the table and she's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" She's like, "Where the hell did you get that from? Some movie?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, my wife says the same thing. What is that from? Because I don't know what it's from.
Oh God! If she was down here and saw that, she would have been like, "That's where you got that from."
Get that shul too. Yeah, do
There's been like
I think
in the past
so that was obviously from a movie. What movie is that from?
for the past 26 years of my life, there's plenty of times like we'll watch something and she'll be like, "Is that where you got that from?"
Giving away all the secrets to your hot sauce.
Uh-oh, looks like Chuck's here.
Oh my God, I'm running out of Captain.
Our Captain Morgan spokesperson, Pat, here.
I can't find the cherry vanilla. It must be gone. The last bottle I had, my wife gave it to her friend who was up from Florida because she liked it, and I can't find it anywhere, so I'm just drinking regular Captain.
I'll look here. I saw it right after Thanksgiving here still.
You know where I don't find it in the bigger liquor stores around here. I always tend to find it in the small mom and pops.
Yeah, they'll keep it until they sell it, hopefully.
Exactly. So I have to find it somewhere. And however many they buy, I'll buy them all off the shelf.
These two are racing to find out what the hell happened.
Taking an old one eye to the optometrist.
Throw it in the trash cans. Oh God, I remember those old days of the old car when you shut it off and then would keep going, wouldn't shut off.
Back when the carburetors were a killer.
My grandmother had an Oldsmobile like that. It would just keep making noise for like a half hour after you shut it off.
There's the Michael line there. Fantasy recast. Dennis Haysbert, Pedro Serrano from Major League could replay this guy. He's older now. He can do it.
Oh, yeah. Score.
Dennis Haysbert. Absolutely.
I can't participate in that. This is perfection in my book.
It's forbidden, right?
Yeah,
this is
rum. Off limits to me. I can't recast this one. When you said
that's another good movie to put on the list too.
Puked in my mouth. Could you imagine? They're sacrilegious, damn near sacrilegious.
Yeah, any sports movies, I could watch a ton of those and watch along Slapshot.
Oh, Major League is fucking great.
You said Charlie Sheen was going to be in Houston soon, isn't he?
Yeah, if you're going to go to that show, let me know. I'd send you my Hot Shots Part 2 poster.
When is it?
I'll look it up here again.
I couldn't get it up, huh, Jack?
The hell was this?
Oh, geez, it's in 2 weeks, Michael.
Really?
But weekend, I'm downtown for the Cubs convention, actually, too.
Where is it? Where is it going to be?
Houston.
What kind of convention is it?
Autograph Collectors Convention.
Autograph Collector Convention?
Yeah, what's it called? Fitterman Sports Group Autograph Show of Texas.
If only it would come in like 3 months.
That's where Tyson's going to be?
Motherfucker.
That's where those Dukes of Hazzard people are going to be. Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, the Hulkster.
Wow.
What the hell is this place at? It doesn't.
I got to see. I got to see who there's going to be at Monster Mania in March. I haven't even looked at the list yet.
It doesn't say like a convention center. It just gives an address.
The problem with the Monster Mania in March is it always falls like the weekend of my wife's birthday, and I can't go.
What weekend is it?
It's usually my wife's birthday is March 5th, so it's always like that weekend, either before or after. Which is
Horror Hound in Cincy's like the 20-something, so it's.
Let me see.
It's got to be the week after, I'm guessing, or the week before.
Mr. Pesco's in March. Let's see, Mr.
That's a weekend thing, I'm assuming, right, Brett?
2 weeks before. What'd you say, Michael?
It's a weekend event, right?
Yeah, the 13th through the 15th. Yeah.
Oh man. Charlie Sheen and fucking Mike Tyson in the same day.
If you got any Corbin Burnson or Tom Berenger stuff too.
All right. So Monster Mania 53 is March 10th to the 12th. So yeah, my wife's birthday is the 5th, so it's always right around that time. I wonder who's going to be there. Let's see if they even have a list of the people on here.
Let's see here. Click here to buy tickets here. So let's see, Michael, what we're talking about here.
Oh, so this one's going to be all, what do you call it? It's going to be there. The final girls of Friday the 13th, Adrienne King, Amy Steele, Kimberly Beck, Dana Kimmel. The Terrifier people are going to be there. David Howard Thornton, the little girl, Emily McLean, Damien Leone.
Terrifier people give me a flashback, so happy with that.
No,
so Tyson's going to be there on Saturday.
So
Saturday only?
Flat autograph up to 16 by 20s, $129. Or a premium is $149.
That's an odd number.
Bad. At the Nationals in Chicago, I spent like $300 on Hulk Hogan.
Show special photo op, $100. Now I think Charlie Sheen was $125. But Charlie Sheen, I haven't really ever seen him do an actual show. It's all been mail-in ones.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, $129 for any autograph item.
Beat to share it every spring.
Yeah, 5060 West Alabama Street in Houston is where it's at, Michael.
If it's in Houston, it's only a couple hours from me.
Farting razor blades.
You gotta go watch Ann-Margret in Viva Las Vegas.
If you really want to poster sign, send it to me, because I'm if a poster showed up at my door, I would totally go. That would be like my push me over the edge.
You're telling me if I send it to you, that's how it's going to make it a go. That's crazy. I wouldn't do that to you.
No,
you were going.
I would love the excuse.
It would give him the necessary excuse to do it.
I might have to put everything in my shop on a wicked Black Friday, late Black Friday sale for a couple of weeks to get the bucks together, but I'll do it.
Yeah, when you said that on the show the other day about just selling stuff for less than what it costs, it's unfortunate. I can see why you're not doing those as much, man. So.
Oh, the auctions?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was rough. But I don't mind the money aspect of it. I made decent money. I mean, I could have got totally a lot more if I just did eBay. But what would piss me off is people would message me like trying to get me to sell certain things in the shop that they saw, and they would get pretty aggressive, and they got rude about it. And it just ruins the mood. And then all of a sudden I'd have people emailing me 1,000 questions just so they could back out of buying the stuff that they bid on. It was annoying.
Time consuming.
I'd love to do it again, though. I might. Maybe I'll just do one Friday. Who cares? See what happens.
Friday,
right?
we get the podcast. We got a podcast Friday night.
Oh, that'll keep me busy. I'll do Friday. That's from the shop.
You guys got to do your homework. It's our year end, so you guys got to do some recaps of some stuff.
Oh, Texas dog shit. I got to remember that. Let them get the camera first. Did I miss it? Did he already get the Green Hornet? Did he pick it up in the fishing? Cold as a witch's titty. I use that line.
Cold as a witch's titty.
Oh, here it is.
Cold as a witch's titty.
No, I don't need more homework at the moment, but I'm sure we could put something together right now. I'm actually in the middle of getting my insurance adjuster license.
I got a bunch of stuff that we can recap. We have plenty, and we have to do our Secret Santa. And I know, I know I got some Halloween stuff to show that I got for
Same here. Oh, so, you know what?
Yeah, we'll have a full show.
Should go back and just look at the topics of all the episodes and then think of like the more memorable ones.
Could do that too.
Talk about.
Could do that. Could do that.
Friday?
Yeah, because we can't do it Sunday because Sunday is Christmas. New Year's
I know.
Eve.
Saying we're doing a year in review this Friday.
This Friday, we are on review, 7 p.m. Central. What's that?
Are you thinking like favorite moments that we had on the podcast, that kind of thing?
We can do favorite moments on the podcast, favorite movies that came out this year, disappointments that came out this year, new things we added to our collection this year. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, like if you did like a top 5 favorite items, like I kind of did that for the poster group, so I've got that kind of pat down. But probably keep it just to Halloween, right?
Well, actually, Thursday night on my channel, I'll be premiering that one I did with Chicago Boogeyman, where we did our top 10 new Halloween items this year.
You did top 10.
We did top 10 new officially released items, and then 5 items that we picked up for our collection that weren't necessarily released this year, that we just acquired over the year. So that'll be 7 Central on my channel Thursday night. I wish I was going to do it on Friday, but then I forgot that we were doing the podcast. Oh, yeah, this is when they find out Ossie Davis died. You dumb fucking Swede. God, those are the days. I remember my grandmother calling it liniment instead of like ointment.
Is that what it is? I always wondered what that was.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember what mercurochrome was. It was iodine. It was this red iodine. Like if you got a cut or a scrape, they used to put it on because it was iodine to help keep an infection out and clean it out. And it was like this red dye. So like a scrape, by the time my grandmother put it on, it looked like a fucking gunshot wound.
Ugh.
Holy moly.
I think it's been banned because it was mercurochrome because it had mercury in it.
Holy moly.
Check.
Oh, shit.
Buck Henry.
I'd like to go see those houses sometime.
Where was this filmed?
Yeah.
Was this film near you, Brett?
Oh, this is in Minnesota.
It was in Minnesota. That part of it was Chicago.
Here, I just had it up here.
I mean, that was supposed to be played in Minnesota, but I wasn't sure if it was filmed in Minnesota. I didn't know the backstory, to be honest with you.
Green Hornet.
So here's a question for you, Michael. I wish I should have asked the wife on Friday. How many times has April seen this movie?
Grumpy Old Man?
Yeah. Or she's not a fan?
April's probably seen this at least 7 or 8 times.
Yeah. Red Wing, Minnesota. Center City, Minnesota. Lake Rebecca, Minnesota. 3 towns.
But I honestly think like she is not capable of watching movies multiple times. I think it gets old for her.
That must be a woman thing, because my wife's the same way. She's like, I don't know how you watch the same movie. Like if she sees me watching Halloween, how do you watch the same movie over and over again? I go, it's like comfort food.
Yeah. Have to explain it to Lisa too.
Sometimes when I want to watch a movie, if I'm tired, I'm like, I'm not going to concentrate on this new movie I've never seen before. I might fall asleep, so I would rather watch a movie I'm comfortable with that I already know, and it's like comfort food.
Oh yeah. So just out of curiosity, if you guys, how many times do you think, if you had to guess, you've seen this movie right here?
I've probably seen this at least 30 times. No joke.
Good number.
Grumpy Old Men, 20 or more times, maybe.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that.
No, I've seen this plenty of times. That's why, like, I know a lot of it. I haven't seen it, and I think it popped up about 3 or 4 years ago that I remember watching it. But
it's one of those few times I know when I saw it, I came back home and told my parents about it, and then we went to go see it. I saw it twice in like a weekend.
Oh, that's great.
Of course, they love it.
I remember when I first saw it, I remember showing it to my dad, because my dad liked, Jack. He was a big fan of Jack Lemmon. I remember showing it to him, and he got a kick out of it.
Yeah, that's the same thing, Pat, with my dad. He loves Jack Lemmon, like China Syndrome. Yeah. He did that movie, Mr. Roberts. I think that's the one he won his Oscar for.
I mean, no slight on Walter Matthau. He liked Walter Matthau, but he
of course,
Jack Lemmon.
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. God, watch that movie a ton of times with my old man.
Yep.
Now I'm going to tell you something, and I hope you guys believe me, but when I went to Georgia when I was 12, I wasn't put in school, and there was a big court case about it and all kinds of stuff, but this movie, Ace Ventura, and the original Rambo, were like the movie I had for 12 hours a day. All I had was a guitar, and I had to watch my little brother, and he was a little baby at the time. I was only 12 years old. No parental supervision, no nothing for like 2 years straight. I guarantee you, this played every single day, just like the other 2 movies did. I've literally seen this movie over 400 times.
That's awesome.
Well, it's like if somebody came to me and said, "Pat, how many times have you watched Halloween?" I'd be like, "Look, I can't even begin to imagine how many times I've watched Halloween."
Like, yeah, I can't even put a number on it. My brother and I were talking about that too.
I wouldn't even try. There's no way. You got to remember, I saw it in 1980. It's been 42 years. There's just no way I could put a number on it. None.
It's incredible how great these movies still are after seeing them hundreds of times.
Mm-hmm. This movie's approaching 30 years old.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You mount the woman, son.
You talk about movies that just put a nice period to a career. For freaking Burgess Meredith.
We should put together like a top 10 list of our essential comedies, and then we could just do like you said, like a bracket where we pick those and narrow them down to the ones that we have to do watch-alongs.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's a great
idea. Whose birthday's coming up first? I was going to try to do that for you guys too, for their favorite movies.
I think my birthday's first.
Yours next month, right?
February 6th.
Well, February 6th. I thought Michael's is coming too.
January 24th.
Yeah, see.
Oh, that's right. You're January. That's right. You're right before. I forgot about that.
Fantastic. We're gonna do.
All right, so Michael's first.
You know, Pat. Also, we could do our favorite duo comedies of all time. You could probably knock that out instead of our favorite duos.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Well,
that could be a top 10.
We're watching it right now. The best duo comedies.
You're right, Gustafson.
Gustafson.
Now, Grumpier Old Men, on the other hand, is the opposite of Odd Couple 2. That was a great movie, too.
It's a good sequel. Very good sequel.
It was a good sequel.
I think if I had to pick one or the other, I picked this one, but it's still very good.
Of course, of course. Sophia Loren, though, she's pretty fine for an older lady.
I'm glad they went the route of like doing it in the summer, so you kind of got two different sides of the story, you know.
Definitely.
It's okay. You all right?
God, every time I see snow with a couple, I always think of Dumb and Dumber. Freaking Jeff Daniels whips that snowball at Lauren Holly. I still laugh at that.
That's funny.
You can't tell me when you see that. You just don't like, holy shit, he whipped that right at her face.
I can't believe it. Samsonite.
That's another movie I absolutely love. That movie.
Oh, God. Dumb and Dumber. You got to love that.
And you know what? I'm sorry. People, the sequel, not the prequel, the sequel wasn't bad. The sequel got shit out.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't terrible.
She'll
see us and she'll visit for tea and scrumpets.
Kathleen Turner in it.
She's She makes me uncomfortable, though.
Nowadays.
Kathleen Turner?
Yeah, and she's like the voice of like the hottest character in cartoon history.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit.
Well, she's got a raspy smoke voice now.
Oh, she's just, you guys, a pack of fools.
And back in the day, she was beautiful. She was hot as hell. I remember in Romancing the Stone, she was great. Go watch one of my other cult favorites. Go watch The Man with Two Brains with Steve Martin.
What's the one that she did with William Hurt? That was the movie that started her career, right?
He did scenes in that
Body Heat.
Yeah,
it's
Body Heat, right?
No, with Anthony Perkins. Was it called Body Heat?
No, Body Heat was with William Hurt.
It was Body Heat.
What's the movie she did with Anthony Perkins?
She did a movie with Anthony Perkins?
I don't know, but that was Body Heat is the one we're talking about with William Hurt.
Talking about the movie. She gets naked all throughout the movie.
You got it. Look, she's got a great signature, Michael. Have you seen hers? She's got some, like, the stuff she especially signed for Jessica Rabbit. She made me laugh when I got her at Days of the Dead last year. With, I had her sign.
And how great was it? Are you guys?
Which one?
I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Switching Channels, where she was in that movie with Burt Reynolds and Christopher Reeve. She's like, she points at freaking Christopher Reeve. What does that say? Crimes of Passion?
Crimes of Passion. She gets all kind of naked. It's a goofy ass movie. But Anthony Perkins, another movie I watched all the time, and I tried to watch all kind of Anthony Perkins movies. Some of them are really good, like The Tall Story or The Fear Strikes Out, the baseball movie. But yeah, Crimes of Passion was stupid, but she gets naked all throughout it.
I really just thought that. I really thought Perkins did. I know he did other stuff besides Psycho, but I always thought of Psycho with him.
Oh man, you got to see Fear Strikes Out. Okay. That's one he did about Jimmy Pearsall, the baseball player that went all fucking nuts.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. It's one of those like Psycho. As long as you can put yourself back in that time period to watch it, it's good. It's got what's his name with Carl Malden.
Carl Malden.
This is his dad with his nose. You remember? I saw that on Family Guy.
Nose, Carl Malden.
He says, "I regret that more than doing Carl Malden." And then it shows him with his big nose. He says, "I didn't think you were going to take that much."
I remember watching Carl Malden as a kid on the streets of San Francisco, that TV show. It used to be on late at night when I used to try to watch The Twilight Zone on reruns. But now I was just saying, Kathleen Turner was great because as she got older and she got that raspy voice, she was cool enough. I don't know if you guys are fans of the TV show Friends, that she played Chandler's cross-dressing mom.
Oh, yeah.
A dad, rather. It was Chandler's father, but it was supposed to be a tranny. So it just goes to show you how cool she was that she did that.
Serial Mom's a good movie, too. That's a lot of fun.
Serial Mom. I forgot about that. That's a good movie, too.
Somebody's here. Who's here? Ah, it's you.
Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hi.
You want me to go? I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. No worries. Do what you got to do.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Who hasn't done this before where you look, you think you're hitting it off well with a girl and then she hooks up with somebody else? Been there, done that. Gustafson.
This part's funny. I wonder in this movie if this spicy food what gives him a heart attack later on in the movie, though.
Tell you, man, I love spicy food, but man, do I get friggin' heartburn these days.
Oh man, yeah. I have to stop eating. If I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, I got to stop eating at 7 because I wake up with it.
I got Tums in the kitchen. I got Tums in the bathroom. I got Tums in my car.
Yes, same thing except it's Pepsid. Those chewable tablets, the smoothie flavored ones.
Yeah, it sucks. It definitely blows.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a second. So your birthday's next month. So is the big 4-0?
The big 4-0.
Wow. So we're gonna have to have an online party, brother, because I'm not gonna be able to get out there. So we have to do an online party for your big 4-0.
Let's party. I'm ready.
And then the following month will be my birthday, and then I'll be on suicide watch because I'll be 51. So I'll actually be closer to 60 than fucking 50. Than 40, I should say.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. You're only as
I'm
old
going to be 51.
is why I wonder why I'm not celebrating my 55th birthday, but
But thankfully, my wife's not here tonight to yell at me because I would have, if that came up, I'd be like, well, whatever happens, my wife is older than me. She's a year older. I go, she just looks like a lot younger than me.
I was talking to my brother a long time ago when we used to slay chicks, right? And I told him, because I had no shame, and I would hang out with like older broads, like in their 50s and shit, and 60s even, when I was in my 20s. And I used to tell my brother, I say, hey man, it's like they say, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? And he said to me one time, he said, no, the older the berry, the less likely it is to pair with my meat.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'll tell you, years ago, like me and my buddies would all go out, and if we all struck out, this is years before I dated my wife, we used to go to this one bar. It was called the Crow's Nest. And we used to call it the Old Crow's Nest because it was all divorced women that were like 10 years older than us. And you could easily go there and hit on like these older women because they were flattered that these younger guys were hitting on them. They always would hook up. Always.
Oh,
And
they're
confidently, because I know my wife won't be watching this.
God bless them.
And I remember bringing a friend of mine to one night. I said, "Yeah, there'll be some older women, and it's no knock on them. Everybody we always met were super nice. And by the end of the night, I said we'd be at the diner after they were having food with them and stuff. I said, "See, I told you we'd be some divorced women."
There's a couple to refer you to when we're off the air.
Everything all right, buddy?
Yeah, the kids were just being a little rough for Lisa.
Been there, done that, seen it.
I got this Blood, Sweat, and Chrome book, The Making of Mad Max Fury Road. I'm looking forward to reading this.
Oh, nice.
That is one of my favorite movies of all time. Movie's freaking nuts.
Oh, Mad Max. Hands down, one of my favorites.
The story that behind making that movie is something else.
So this sounds, I hope we haven't covered this because I'd feel like a dickweed if I don't remember this, but have you ever said your top 3 favorite movies?
I thought we did, didn't we?
I'll have to go back. I'll look at the database and see if
Why
we
don't I
have.
remember it then?
You know, it's so weird. So when I do those lists, Michael, like with favorite movies, it's so weird. Like when it comes to like obviously Halloween and Rocky, because just like the whole series, I don't like take one specific movie. I just say Halloween and I'll just say Rocky, even though I probably like Rocky 4 the best, obviously. But
oh, good one. That's my favorite too.
I'm a little bit older, so I'm partial to Rocky too.
Yeah, that's it too. Rocky 2. It's either Rocky 2 or Rocky 4.
I don't know Rocky 2.
Rocky 2 was it for me, man. I remember seeing Rocky as a kid, and then seeing, and I didn't see it in the theater because I remember we had just gotten cable. Then I saw Rocky 2 in the theater, and then I was like, wow.
My dad's memory is going. He repeated the story at our Christmas party about when he saw it opening weekend at the drive-in. When he won, the place went nuts and people were honking horns, jumping on their cars.
What, Rocky 2?
Rocky 2, yeah. Says he never saw that drive-in or a theater ever.
That would be it. You know what? That's also a thing that I'd like to revisit. Well, do a thing about, not revisit. Classic movies like that we saw in the theater. What classic movies have you guys seen in the theater? So, like your top 5 or top 10.
Yeah, like our most 5 memorable movies, seeing movies in the theaters, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I saw Grease in the theater. I saw Saturday Night Fever in the theater. I saw a lot of that shit back then.
You know, I tell you,
classic movie I've probably ever seen in the theater is fucking Friday the 13th Part 8.
I saw
Literally.
Friday the 13th. I saw Friday the 13th. I saw 3. Actually, I saw everything from 3 on in the theater. I didn't see 1 and 2, admittedly.
You know, Michael just said something that I just made me think of that. That's another story my dad likes to talk about. So when Friday the 13th Part 8 came out, the main theater was at Woodfield Mall in suburban Chicago here we used to go to. They had 2 outdoor theaters. Each theater outdoors outside the mall had 2 screens. They were for the newer movies, but inside the mall were the movies that were out at least a month that they would go into the mall. So there's 5 screens there. Friday the 13th Part 8 went to the mall right away. And then my dad was all pissed. I got to go in the mall now to go see this with you guys. He's like, these movies suck.
Like, I told you a story where I worked in the movie theater as a kid. And I remember working in the box office when Part 6 came out. Opening night. I remember it vividly.
Ooh.
All my friends coming to see it.
Oh, that would be cool to see that in the theater.
I started working in. That was my first job. I worked in. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Second job. I worked at McDonald's for like 2 weeks and it fucking blew. Then I got a job in the Lowe's Theater in my town, and that was, Jesus Christ. What year was that? 1986. I want to say. I was what, 13, 14? Yeah, 14.
Dang.
My first job working at a movie theater.
Yeah, the theater. I never looked into working at a theater. I did Blockbuster for so long, so the video store was kind of the keen thing for me.
It was perfect for me because I was 14 and it was literally 2 blocks from my house. I used to just ride my bike at a PK Ripper, so I'd jump on it and I'd ride down. And before I got my license, I worked there for about 4 years, I want to say.
Wow.
About 4 years.
Did you guys grow up with second run theaters where, it was the movies that were out longer?
I had
only like a buck or two to get in.
from my mom's.
No.
There was $1. After a while, it became 50 cents. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it was like right before they would come to video, but it was kind of cool to go to those movies.
No, I don't remember that. It was back then that theater. I mean, it was only 4. It was 4 screens, and it was the only theater in the area, so it used to get fucking packed.
Oh.
So I remember working like a Friday night premiere, and it was a mob scene.
It's nice that you go to the theaters nowadays, even though it doesn't seem like we go as much anymore for obvious reasons with things going on. But all the theaters have free refills now, or at least the ones around here, free refills on popcorn and all size sodas and stuff. It's like, oh my God.
Oh God, no! I mean, now back then, hell no. And now the building is still in my old town, and it's actually, I don't know if do you guys have Trader Joe's near you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The theater I used to work in is now a Trader Joe's.
Little did I not know that's the same company as Aldi. I just learned that a couple weeks back.
Really?
I didn't know that. I gotta tell my wife that. She likes Aldi and she likes Trader Joe's. I have to let her know. I didn't know that.
Now that Aldi's takes cards, we go there periodically now.
Yeah, I had no idea. I will shout out to Aldi because when my wife was making, because my daughter has celiac, so we have to do everything gluten free. So for Thanksgiving, we were looking for the fuck did she need to make the gluten free cheesecake, whipping cream, heavy whipping cream. Couldn't find it anywhere. It was all fucking gone. And Aldi was the only place I could find it at. Bless you.
Thank you. I don't know if your wife likes cornbread. Like, there's the one company that makes this gluten-free honey cornbread mix, and we fell in love with it a couple weeks back when we were smoking.
Which one? Because I know we bought. If it comes to gluten-free stuff, my wife's seen it, bought it, tried it.
God, yeah, Kathy and Lisa can talk about all the gluten-free stuff all they want.
Oh yeah. Well, we went and bought a mixing machine and everything because my wife used to make my daughter's bread for her lunch and everything. She did everything.
Oh yeah, it's the Crustas brand or Crustiers.
Oh, Crusties. Yep.
Crusties, yeah.
You guys got to try. Oh God, what brand is that?
That's it right there.
There's these, the Crusties. We've made that. There's a brand of these biscuits. Oh God, what the hell's the brand of them? We have them all the time. When I find it, I'll let you know. Try those. Make them all the time. They're really, really good. You never know they were gluten free, and I'm drawing a blank on them right now.
Michael, you ever seen Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox?
I remember. I know I've seen it. I don't remember a ton. I remember him backflipping on the top of a van.
We should do that. That's another one I'd put on the list. I'd love to do Teen Wolf.
Guys, that'd be a good excuse to watch it.
I love it. I love to do the whole Back to the Future freaking franchise. I love the Back to the Future franchise.
First one probably falls out of my top 3. That's another one. Yeah.
Oh, I could do all 3 of them and just be like,
did we not do our top 10 favorite movies of all time? I swear I thought we did.
Hold on. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it on the database. I got it on the database. I'll check it. I don't know if we did.
Did you just mouth something, Michael? Or were you on mute there for a second? You were like,
I think for sure I would remember your guys' list if we did a top 10.
I don't think we did. Let me just say. Hold on.
I don't think so.
Shooter McGavin's hat's real long. Good signature, Michael.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah. I had him sign my Happy Gilmore poster.
Why is it not?
He is a riot.
Hold on.
Like Carl Weathers said, signed super fast on the poster too. Thank God it turned out okay.
Oh.
Who else you got on there?
Pardon my
just them 2 on the Happy Gilmore poster.
Oh, that's cool though.
Movie discussion.
Adam Sandler is going to be here in a few weeks here doing a stand-up, but I don't know, their VIP meet and greet things. They're just way too expensive if you even get an opportunity to get them.
What are they? Like $300-400?
No, they're at least $1,000.
Get the fuck out of here. Go fuck yourself.
There's certain tiers too. There's certain tiers, like you could get the meet and greet ones, or you could just get the VIP where you get great seats and all that.
All right, so we haven't done our top 10 movies. We did do our top 10 movies that defined us.
Oh, I might have to go back and look at that just to see.
Yeah, see, that's not the same.
That was episode number 22. That was in
22.
June. That was June 19th, 2022.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Gold jacket, green jacket.
You ever see those memes with him and Tiger Woods, and it says the greatest golfer of all time with Tiger Woods?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that episode myself and just see what I had back then. That's why I created that database, so I didn't forget what the fuck we did.
I'm glad you did.
Michael, it's funny you said that. Like, we talked about Tiger Woods at dinner. My son's like, Dad, you got to be a better golfer than that Tiger Woods guy. I go, we wouldn't be living here if I was a better golfer than Tiger Woods. You'd be going to like a private pool.
Yeah.
You play golf, Brett?
I wouldn't be driving your ass. Somebody else would be driving your ass to school every day.
Yeah, we talked. I think I've golfed probably 3 or 4 times a year. So we come down there, we'll golf. We'll have a good time. I bring my clubs. Though. I travel with my clubs. I'm a weirdo.
Trail. It's like 13 golf courses in San Antonio that I go to. That's all part of this trail. And the funny thing is, that's not all the golf courses in San Antonio either. There's like another 10 that are not related to the golf trail.
Now you definitely use a cart, right? We don't have the time to walk the fucking thing.
Of course.
I golfed with a customer at the end of the season here, and I had first time ever golf with him, and I had no idea he was gonna want to walk. And I'm like, dude, geez, we're gonna be here for like 8 hours.
That's stupid. And you got all those people behind you fucking wonder what the fuck? Hell no.
Well, he's like, well, I'm usually able to find my ball. I'm like, speak for yourself.
Can't find your ball?
Oh God, I don't play enough to where I'll lose my ball in the rough and stuff sometimes, or next hole over. Play for fun. I don't give a shit about scores.
Of course.
Beulah ball breaker.
Beulah.
Now, I'm trying to figure out what beer he's drinking, or is it a fictitious name? It probably is.
Is that a Schlitz?
I thought it was a Schlitz or Schmitz.
It might be a Schmitz because he asked for Schmitz earlier in the movie.
Yeah, that's Schmitz. Look at it right there.
That was a good view right there. It says Schmitz. You're right.
Schmitz. Well, that's what I used to steal from my father when I was a kid. My father used to drink Schmitz, Schaefer.
Hey, actually, if you're paying attention, that's good for some blooper action because he keeps turning.
There are some Schmitz that I watch the blue when you go to the old time liquor stores and you can find Schmitz. It's not a bad tasting beer. Schaefer is actually pretty good beer, but it should be in the laxative vial of the pharmacy because it makes you shit. It's like White Castle.
I love White Castle. I worked there for a while.
I had a PBR with my neighbor the other day. I love PBR.
I miss White Castle, man. It's done that White Castle.
Oh yeah, I love White Castle. Brett, you know what I did the other night?
Either
I ran out of eggnog.
But you did
eggnog with the eggnog with the peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, good stuff, right?
Big mistake.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Mistake. No,
too strong.
I should have. I would have an IV drip going right now.
Oh, you must have really made it heavy.
I showed it to my son, and I might tell him try this. He's like, "Why'd you show this to me? Why?" I'm like, "It's good, right?" He's like, "That's really good."
Oh man.
Yeah. So just take the regular eggnog and you mix it with that peanut butter whiskey. What is it? Shocker, right?
Shock Top? No, not Shock Top. That's the beer.
Shock Top. Shocker, Shock Top. Mix the peanut butter whiskey with the eggnog. It's like crack.
Well, I'd like to thank our audience not joining us for jerks. It's a great movie. Assholes.
For some reason, with the watch alongs, we get a lot more on the rewatch, which I don't understand. It's like, guys, I've had conversation with people that watch this and they watch the podcast. I go, guys,
I guarantee you though,
dude, yell at anybody.
You know what's going to happen next week when we do Halloween 5? There will be somebody on live with us.
Oh, it'll be a lot of people. Yeah, I guess it'll be in the Halloween groups but I tell everybody, I'm like, guys, we don't bite. We're not going to yell at anybody. Comment, talk to us.
I'm just you know what? In all seriousness, we're just having a good time, just us. I don't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. I was upstairs. I'm this close to finishing The Big Bang Theory with my wife. So once we're done watching that, I can get rid of HBO Max.
You're almost finished. Almost finishing with my wife.
So once we're done watching that, I can get rid of HBO Max.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. You made that impression. I saw there was another Borat movie. I remembered it was like 2 years old, and I watched it, and it was dumb.
Is it the one where he pretends he's like a Southern guy at the end of that MMA fight, and he makes up with his boyfriend?
The good one. The one. There's a sequel to it where he's got like a daughter.
Oh, the new Borat movie that was on Amazon.
Yeah, it was horrible, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
The only thing that was cool is that, like, somebody spotted it, that there was like that car with the Michael Myers sticker decal in the back of the car.
Oh, really?
Oh, funny story. Do you guys watch The Big Bang Theory?
I haven't seen it in years, but I've watched it.
Right before, I'm literally, because we were watching it, we're sitting on the couch watching it, and literally right before I came downstairs, it was the episode where they were talking about like horror movies, and they mentioned, oh, did you, and what the hell's his name, Johnny Galecki from Christmas Vacation, mentioned, oh, did you realize it's a Captain Kirk mask? And they kept saying how they were going to get Sheldon to watch it just right before they were going to. So they were all sitting there ready to watch Halloween, and you hear the music play, and then Sheldon's wife comes in and says, "You can't watch this," and makes him leave, so he's not scared. My wife's like, "Did you know this was there?" I go, "No, this episode."
I never saw that. I never
saw that either.
Yeah, go watch it. It was season 12, one of the episodes. I forget what it was. But I was surprised. She's like, and you're literally going to go downstairs for your podcast. And it was a Halloween thing. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, this is rough.
This is my biggest fear.
What do you think of the twist at the end with this? So when you thought it was a funeral, that was a good way to do that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then they did a good job in the sequel too to make it like a theme.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Gustafson's hat? He needed his hat.
Are you dead?
A friend.
Are you family or friend? It took a while from the answer.
Dude, I'd lose my mind if this guy was my grandpa.
This question was reminding me of Ghostbusters. Are you a god? No. If somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yeah, that's right.
God, every time I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Ugh.
I hate hospital stuff.
No, this just brings back images of my old man.
Right? Oh man.
Mm.
He was in the hospital during Christmas with that freaking tube in his mouth. He couldn't even talk.
Oh.
Mm.
Never had one of those hats with the flaps on the side.
I have a couple sports ones.
I always said I was going to get one, and I never did.
What do we call them? Mucklucks or something like that, right?
Is that what they call them? I don't even know what they call them, to be honest with you.
God damn, Ann-Margret's aging well. Or was there?
She really is. God bless her. She must be taking. She must have sold her soul to the devil, just like Raquel Welch.
I was just thinking. I was like, what else did I see her after this? But I forget. She's in Any Given Sunday. She plays Cameron Diaz's mom.
Yes, that's right. Holy crap! I forgot about that. Yeah, she sold her.
Michael, did you ever see that movie?
Which one?
Any Given Sunday.
I don't think so.
Oh, where Cameron Diaz is the team owner, right, Pat? Where she's walking around in the locker room and all the guys with the freaking dogs hanging out. She's shaking hands with them all. It's so bizarre. Oliver Stone.
That's a movie I haven't seen in a minute either. We should go back and revisit that movie.
It's got one of those great Al Pacino monologues before the game or the halftime of the game.
All right, here we go. What's the numbers? This is killing me.
I say 54,000 after everything was added up. That's what I remember. I could be wrong, and I'll admit it if I am. I gotta love the IRS. Internal Raping Service.
You say 58?
Yeah, but after it's all added up, it comes. That's right. I said 13,000 before, but then he adds all the bullshit up. Let's say. Oh, I was close. If this the Price is Right, I would have been close without going over. Big money. Come on, Bob. I'll be at the Showcase Showdown right now. But I like, well, but everybody watches this after that. Oh, wait, I won't spoil what happens with the son. It's like these guys always have a sticky fish in their pocket.
The best is when he tries to break it open, right?
And every time Walter Matthau puts on that charm like he's talking to a woman, it always brings me back to The Odd Couple when he's sitting on the Pigeon Sisters. Gwendolyn and Cecily. Who? Good trivia question. We're one of 3 people that came from the original movie that went to the TV show.
Say that again?
The Gwendolyn and Cecily, the Pigeon Sisters, were only 2 of 3 people that were in the movie that made it to the TV show.
Who's the third?
Third one was, oh God, I'm drawing a blank now. Well, I can see him. It's not Vinny. Was it Vinny? Hold on. I can see him because he was also in Quincy. It wasn't Speed.
Not John Fiedler, right? Piglet? I'm not saying John Fiedler, right? Piglet, like I'm calling you Piglet. I'm saying,
John Fiedler. Now you're thinking. I know who John. Yeah, he's
Piglet. Yeah,
Screw it. Watch Grumpy Old Men next.
No, it wasn't John Fiedler. John Fiedler. One of my favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone with Art Carney when he was Santa Claus. No, it was.
Yeah, you're thinking because you're seeing all the black they're wearing and the jackets and.
it throws you for a loop the first time.
I'm not wrong.
Lady crying.
I was for some reason I was thinking it was Speed, but it's not. John Fiedler, I guess I was misspoken. John Fiedler did make it from the movie to The Odd Couple, but he played several different parts in the series.
Ah,
he played the guy that was in charge of the super maximum security apartment building, and he also owned the dog that Felix stole because he was mistreating the dog. I can talk The Odd Couple TV show like I can talk Halloween.
really?
And the Twilight Zone. With John Fiedler, remember, he was the guy that ran the department store that Art Carney was the
Grandpa.
That was John Fiedler was the guy that ran the department store where Art Carney worked as a Santa Claus in The Odd Couple.
I got it.
Did you ever see you guys watch that 70s show?
Oh yeah, they got the '80s one coming, right?
Did you ever see the 70s show when they took all the fish and stuck them in Kelso's hubcap so that little minivan he had smelled like shit?
Oh no.
Another TV show I could probably talk just like Halloween. Yeah, I saw the previews for that 90s show. That looks awesome.
Looks good.
Looks real good. So that starts, I think, the second week of January. I'm gonna be watching that on Netflix.
Did I tell you about watching Clerks 3? How it was like a little bit surreal watching it, like how they made that movie.
I didn't see Clerks 3. How was it?
It's really good. It just you aged with the characters, and it made you think about stuff going on in your own life, how it all goes, and getting old. And Kevin Smith uses a lot of his health problems he had in the movie. He's like Mr. Hiker now. He's lost a ton of weight, and on this crazy diet. So I would recommend it big time. It was really good.
I'll have to check it out. I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, Kevin Smith did lose a ton of weight.
Did you see Violent Night?
Which
What's
one?
that?
Violent Night, that new one.
Did you finally watch it?
I watched it. You guys seen it?
What's it streaming on?
You could get it on pay-per-view.
Rent it on Vudu.
On Vudu?
Michael, was I right? Did you like it a lot?
It was excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm glad you watched it. And Pat, it went to on demand, but you had to pay for it. I guess Peacock didn't get it.
Oh, it's the rent.
I could probably. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty savvy, like my daughter says, of finding it for free online. So I'll have to take a look. If not, I'll pay.
I'll give you my Voodoo password. You can just log it.
Yeah, I'd like to check it out. I was waiting for it to stream because I'm like, there's no way I had time to make it to a theater to watch it. So
just let me know. I'll give you the info. You can check it out.
I gotta figure out what happened to my mic.
What happened to your mic? I hear a lot of noise. What it get limp?
Right. I gotta stop messing with it when we're on the air. I got a little loose off of the thingy.
And just sprinkle a little Viagra on it. It'll go right back up.
Fighting it so hard. I'll be right back.
Wow, it's been one of those nights where Michael went for almost 2 hours without having to pee. I'm doing better than him.
You know, it was weird. Lisa got me this Rocky trivia book, 300 questions, trivia questions. And you know what it says on the back? She got this. It
What?
says it was printed on December 17th, 2022. So this thing was printed just days before she got it. I thought that was kind of bizarre.
Oh, wow. Well, the wife actually got me this, too. It was called Word Teasers Before They Were Famous. She figured out, she's like, oh, you guys should do some type of trivia on the podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out.
Probably would have shown this on Sunday. It's the story of Escape from New York, the storybook.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
This thing's freaking huge. A lot of pictures.
Very cool. I didn't get you, like I said, I got plenty for Christmas, but I'll save the Halloween stuff for Friday night's podcast. I got the new fancy camera that you guys see me on. The wife got me a nice new camera.
Very nice.
Which I'll show you as soon as the bloopers. I'll show you one of the cool features of this camera after we watch the rest of the bloopers.
There
it goes. So that is Grumpy Old Men for those that have watched along with us. Go watch it, and if you haven't watched it, shame on you.
Shame on you, because that's a
shame.
That's a 4 out of 4 stars, or if you do a 5-star, it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, so the wife got me this fancy new camera that does a lot of cool stuff. Let's see if I can get this.
Oh, what it does.
So it's got AI technology. So if I give it a hand signal, it'll follow me when I walk around. Let's see if it does it. Hold on.
It gives you reach arounds. Ooh.
So now if I walk around, it'll follow me. Let's see if it does it.
In the morning. Here we go.
No, it didn't do it. Let's try it again. Hold on.
Chinese piece of crap.
I thought you'd be bigger, Pat.
No, it's not doing it. It's not doing it now. Hold on. Let me see why. Before it was doing it was freaking me out. It was following me everywhere I went. You're supposed to hold your hand up and see.
Gustafson.
Let's see. There it goes. Yeah, I want you to follow me everywhere like a freak.
Fuck that.
Holy shit.
Shit.
Is that fucked up?
That's different in a great way.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because then if you give it like a different signal, which is like, hold on. So right now it's on the same thing where it follows me. And then if I give it another signal, I go like this. It's supposed to stop it. Hold on. I don't have to give it the finger or anything like that. Let's see.
Looks like Chuck.
Yeah, now it stops doing it. Pretty weird, huh?
That's pretty crazy, dude.
That's really cool. Like that zoom in feature you were doing earlier.
Yeah, like if you want to see my face, you can watch Michael. Hold on. And you can preset it. It's a preset.
Wow.
I'll go back to my ugly face. And if you, for those wondering what the rest of this room looks like, hold on, let's see. There's a tree. There's the other side of the room. There's some chairs. That's the theater chairs. You can actually probably see some of the Halloween posters I have on the wall right there. Hold on.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, there's that Dick Warlock picture.
Yeah. Oh, wrong way. All right, so that's the other side of the room. Let's see if I can. I don't think it goes any further. Oh, if I spin it around the other way, it goes a little bit further. So let's see. Go up. Pretty wild shit. Let's see. My wife's probably gonna yell at me. She's like, the other side of the room's a mess. So you can't really see it, but let's see. Here's my
basement down here's a pigsty. Who gives a shit?
There's the guitars. There's some guitars right there. My guitar is my band, my mandolin.
What you got in the guitar case?
One of your guitars in bed with you?
What's that?
You don't have one of your guitars in bed with you?
No, the wife would kick me.
Oh, man. I'm just saying. She would know better.
Most people keep a gun under their bed or a bat under their bed. I carry a guitar under my bed.
Well, I might have a gun in my bedroom. That's a different story.
I got guitars all over the house. Just you never know when you're going to get hit with the crave.
I don't know if I was I think I was telling Pat, Michael, like I grew up near a Guitar Center store my whole life, and I never went into the store until last week to get my kid's teacher a gift card, and that was surreal going through. I told you guys that. Yeah, I went into that platinum section. I did tell you guys that. Sorry.
Yeah. Guitars are great. They're like cars, though, unfortunately. You buy one, and the second you buy it, it's worth 75% of what you paid for it that day. But other than that,
or you find something else you like next that you got to get another one, right?
Well, I've gone through that in my life. I'm down to 1, 2, 3. I have 4 guitars right now.
What do you guys have? Some Fenders, Gibsons? I don't know. What do you? I just don't.
I have an Ibanez. I have a Fender. I have a Gibson. I have a Paul Reed Smith. I have a Fender, Fender banjo, a mandolin, and I have a Takamine acoustic guitar, which is somewhere over there.
At one time, I'll send you a picture. I had about 7 Gibson Les Pauls and a couple of Fender Stratocaster American Mades, and I had a Gibson Explorer and a Gibson V and all these other great guitars. But then I had a down season that hit me pretty hard, and I had to sell them. And now I got a bunch of guitars, but now they're the ones that I play. You know what I mean? See, I don't have the collector guitars anymore. I got the ones that I actually play.
Exactly. I don't have those. I don't have the classic guitars I had back in the day. I just have guitars I just play.
Les Pauls are pretty expensive still, right? If I remember right, those are always expensive.
Yes, they're very expensive. Especially if you get the custom shop ones, like I had a few of. They're like $4,000 a piece.
I was gonna say something under 5, I was guessing. Okay.
Yeah. But if you notice, all of mine say Jackson just about. Because those are the guitars to play.
Jackson. I never had a Jackson. It's one guitar I always said I was going to get. And I never got one.
Oh, man. We'll have to. One of these days, we're going to jam on this thing.
What's your favorite? My favorite's my Paul Reed Smith.
My favorite guitar to play, I always played the Jackson Kelly. That one. Whenever my go-to grab guitar is the Jackson Kelly. But the one that I would play the most if I still had one that I really wish I still had is the Gibson Explorer.
The only Gibson I have left, I had Les Paul years ago. I had 2 different Les Pauls. But the only one I have left, I have a SG, Gibson SG.
Yeah, schmuck.
I got Ibanez Satriani guitar that I have.
Oh, nice.
JS 3000, the Paul Reed Smith. I forget what model the Paul Reed Smith is.
Man, that Billy Kirkus is really starting to post some of that Halloween stuff. I know
he's posted a lot of crazy shit in that poster group you recommended to me.
He just posted that freaking. He just posted some Halloween stuff in that group. I was like, oh, he's got it.
He posted the last one of them he posted was the media VHS store poster. I'm like, I have that.
But he's got like
those original, he posted something I have. Woo-hoo.
He's got like those original art prints that were in that Avgo Embassy office. He's like got all that shit. It's like, oh,
he must have had a line on somebody. I don't know how he got some of that shit. I don't even know how he got the freaking footage, those clips. How he got that shit, I have no fucking clue. I'd love to get him on and find out how.
Who's this guy?
Billy Kirkus. He's the guy that's got all those outtakes from the original Halloween.
The raw footage and stuff.
Yeah, the raw footage from Halloween. How he got it, I have no fucking clue. I'd love to get him on the podcast and find out how he got it. He's good friends with James Chandler. James Chandler's the guy that sold me
the Anchor Bay stuff, right?
Yeah, he did all the Anchor Bay. Him and if you go on it's right over there. It's the 20th anniversary VHS tape set. The ones with the orange cassettes. If you look at the back, it says, thanks to Billy Kirkus and James Chandler. Those are the guys that provided all the pictures for the artwork and some of the footage.
Really?
The behind the scenes stuff. And James Chandler is the guy that sold me his 35 millimeter print of Halloween and his 2 60 millimeter prints of H2. And who I've asked to come on the show, and he said he'll come on and talk about working with Anchor Bay.
That sounds great.
So I'll reach out to him and see when I can get him on to talk about it, working with Anchor Bay. And he's got some really cool promotional shit that he sent me pictures of from working with Trankus.
Too cool.
Good shit, man. And I'm still drinking. Jesus, thing's taking forever to drink.
I'm still drinking.
From 9 to 10, what do you guys think of Grumpy Old Men?
A scale from 9 to 10, we'll go clockwise. So for me, this movie is, and I'm basing this on other comedies. I'm not basing it on horrors or favorite movies. I'm basing it on comedies. This is honestly a solid 9.
Nice.
For me. Yeah, I mean, I know it's more nostalgic for you, but for me, it's a solid 9, which is not, this is no slight by no means.
Yeah, I think you kind of said it similarly to what I was thinking. Like I have a lot of memories of seeing it for the first time and thinking, why the hell am I going to see this? And it was the complete opposite. I just fell in love with it. I give it a 10. I really do. I give it a 10.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, sir. I'm standing up. Bravo. Solid.
Not too many 10s I'll give. I'll give this one a 10. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I give all my favorite movies 10s probably.
What a great film, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, it's such a great movie. I mean, for those that haven't watched it with us tonight, go. If you haven't seen this movie, do yourself a favor. Go watch this fucking movie.
Seriously. These guys are legends, man. Like, if you can't find any movies that these two guys did, it's like, yeah. What rock are you living under, right?
Those are fantastic. And have you guys seen the Sunshine Boys for real?
I don't think I did.
Walter Matthau. It's kind of funny. We talk about comedy teams, right?
Oh, him and Robin Williams, right?
Very vague. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember very well.
Oh no, that's the Survivors.
Well, Survivors.
The Survivors is the most underrated movie of all time. That fucking movie should be like a blockbuster, but nobody knows about it. Robin Williams, Walter Matthau, that fucking movie is a hidden gem like a motherfucker. But we were talking about comedy duos. that's what Sunshine Boys is about. George Burns and Walter Matthau are like this vaudeville, like famous team, and they get older and they don't have work, but they hate each other. And Walter Matthau's nephew is his agent, and he tries to get them back reunited on this show. Funny as fucking shit.
Is that 70s or 80s? That's probably 80s, right?
Oh no, this was pretty old. Looks like 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but totally worth the watch. That movie is great. But you struck a nerve with The Survivors. The Survivors is literally, and you, me, and you are 3 of 10 people walking the earth today that know what literally means. Literally, The Survivors is the most underrated movie of all fucking time. That movie is. Patring, have you seen The Survivors?
I have seen it, but and I'll be honest with you, it's been a minute since I saw it. I remember it just popped up one day and I watched it.
I think I need to revisit that.
So I'm gonna have to revisit it.
You have to. You know, this is kind of, don't take this the wrong way when I say it, but it even shows fucking Robin Williams nuts in that movie.
Oh God!
Like I was watching it recently, and I was in the hospital scene where he's wearing the scrubs and he moons the screen. Mm-hmm. It shows his nuts, and you don't even realize it. But yeah, no, literally most underrated movie of all time.
I gotta revisit that.
We should do, like we said, we do our top 10 movies of all time for us, because we didn't do that. We did the 10 movies that defined us. I mean, I'm admittedly we'll probably have similar movies, and then we should, like I said, do a bracket where we whittle down certain ones, and then we'll do a watch along. Because right up there with Halloween, I'm telling you, I would love to do a watch along of the Warriors.
Yeah, like your birthday weeks, we should do your guys' favorite movie. Well, I'm sure Halloween, with the exception of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Halloween's off the table. We have to do like our other favorite movie, because it's a given. We're gonna pick Halloween. So like for my birthday, I'd be like, dude, we're watching the Warriors. And for Michael,
Halloween really, I don't know about you guys, but Halloween really is my number one favorite fucking movie of all time.
It is mine, hands down.
Yeah,
that's mine, hands down. That's why I think if we do that for our birthdays, Halloween's just off the table, because it's like.
What do you think? B, what's coming to your mind, Patring? What do you think?
For my birthday, I would pick the Warriors.
The Warriors.
Come out and play.
Can you dig it?
Man, that'd be cool, because I've never seen that movie before.
Holy shit. You haven't seen that? Oh, God. Walter Hill's a genius, man. 48 Hours is my number 3 or 4 movie sneak peek of all time.
Yes.
So. Oh, Walter Hill.
Go watch the Warriors. Walter, it's a product of his time, but it's like Halloween, but it's a great movie.
Dude, Pat, that still holds up as much if it's a product of time.
Oh, it does, because you know what? It's got so many different layers. Because if whole premise is they're being wrongfully accused of killing like this gang leader,
the ultimate leader of all the gangs.
They have to get from point A way to point like C or D, and along the way they fight all these different gangs. So it's really cool.
Yeah, can you dig it?
Right. Cyrus.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out.
They killed Cyrus. Yep.
And the funny thing is now, and it's weird, it's like I've seen in the last few years, like Warriors is having like a renaissance. They have Warriors figures now. I'm seeing the Warriors everywhere. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like,
dude,
maybe I'm not that
baseball
fucked
gang.
up.
Pat, you know
the baseball Furies.
The one guy tells the baseball Fury, "I'll shove that bat so far up your ass, turn you into a popsicle."
So it's like all these different weird gangs. Like one is all guys dressed with makeup and with baseball bats. The baseball Furies. There's the roller skating gang. There's all these different. There's the girls that try to seduce them and start fucking shooting at them. There's all these different layers. It's such a great movie.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't think of any movie I'd rather watch than The Survivors if it was my birthday.
There you go.
There you go. That's cool.
Remember Jerry Reed?
Oh God.
Oh God, I love Jerry from Smokey the Bandit.
Smokey the Bandit, eastbound and down.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Survivor, he plays the guy who robs the diner. I figure we blame everything on the blacks anyway, so.
We were talking Rick Moranis the other day at Christmas, and my brother and I realized we had never seen Strange Brew. I can't believe I've never seen that movie.
Strange Brew was, oh God, that's such a great fucking movie.
We've never seen it.
Strange Brew? You never saw it?
Never seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch Strange Brew.
We were like, holy shit, we've never seen that movie.
And, oh God, who's the other guy? From
What's
SCTV. What's the other guy from SCTV?
Thomas?
Yes.
The one from Grace Under Fire? That's the movie, right?
Yes. Go watch.
Yeah, Dave Thomas.
Brew.
Yeah.
Dave Thomas. And that it was actually that was
Max von Sydow's in that?
Max von Sydow is like the story is those two guys are like don't be, not to no offend any Canadians, but like it's a stereotype of Canadians. And this was a skit that they used to do when they were on SCTV, which was like a competitor of Saturday Night Live back in the day. So this was they were the McKenzie brothers.
Yes.
And they were two drunks, and they used to drink Elsinore beer everywhere they went. So the whole thing is like they not to spoil the whole thing. Long story short, they show up at the Elsinore Brewery, and the guy that's like is the brewmaster, which is Max von Sydow. And it's just this whole series of events, and it's such a fucked up, funny movie. It's it's a cheesy flick, but it's funny as hell.
Nice.
I mean, Rick Moranis is in it, so that's a selling point right there.
Nice.
Rick Moranis, farting razor blades.
So, yeah, Strange Brew is a good movie. Go watch it.
I should watch that. Yeah, I couldn't believe it's one of our hard to admit ones my brother and I never seen.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
So next week we got Halloween 5. We're getting right back on track.
All right, Revenge of Michelle Myers.
The Halloween collector's gonna be getting right back on track with Halloween 5. The Revenge of, actually, well, if you watch
the Revenge of Nicolas Cage.
If you watch the opening credits, what does it do? It never says the Revenge of Michael Myers. It only says it on the poster.
I love the beginning credits with the pumpkin. Carving.
I do have a couple people that were watching and they thought we kind of left off at 4 and they were looking forward to 5.
Well, you guys,
people I can
coming back to 5. And actually, in the beginning of it, that was, if I'm trying to remember from the documentary, they weren't pumpkins. What were they? Do you remember what they were? They weren't pumpkins.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Damn it! That was a private chat.
I think they were gourds or something like that. They were watermelons. If you go back and watch the
commentary, right?
Commentary. They were actually watermelons. They weren't actually pumpkins, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a bum that we never found that other footage, or just must not have been good, high quality. See all that alternate stuff. Only just the alternate opening with instead of the old guy, the skinny guy.
Yeah, with the dubbed in sound from Dr. Death. That wasn't actually him. It was a dubbed in voice because they actually found the footage, but it had no sound.
Well, there's a lot to talk about with that one.
Damn right. Dominique Authen-Gerard. He must not be allowed back in the U.S. after that movie. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know what, though? Some people say it, and there's some validity to it. When what he did with that movie kind of led to a lot of problems for the rest of the series. As much as we like the movie, it's kind of true.
Yeah, with the thorn and the whole
Man in Black.
And Black and oh yeah. Yeah.
But hey, we're fans. We still like it.
I'm game.
It's something to talk about with them, though. It's not like Leprechaun or these other sequels that there's like a ton of, and they're just all Leprechaun movies. Well, actually, I take that back. Leprechaun's a bad example. Didn't he go to fucking space and shit?
Leprechaun
Only
3,
Leprechaun I can
where
sit-
he's in
I can
Vegas,
only-
is awesome.
I can only sit through the first one because Jennifer Aniston's in it.
Oh, you never saw the one where they could grant the wishes with the shillings? Yeah, where
What-
the one
which one
woman
was that?
wants the big boobs and he makes them so big she blows up.
No, I didn't see it. Which one was that?
Leprechaun 3 in Vegas. It's so funny.
See three.
Where he's in the hood?
Yeah, the one with Ice Cube. That was horrible.
Oh my God. Yeah, so never mind. Forget what I said about the Leprechaun.
Well, we will have to go on a B movie streak and really hit hard on some of the classic 80s slashers.
Obscures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obscure ones.
Like we
Yeah,
were talking
should
about the
have that
house
one.
movies. The house movies would be fun.
Oh, we got to do House 1 and 2. We have to do both.
Isn't there like 5 or 6 of them?
Well, House.
Yeah, but House 1 and 2 are the only two that actually matter.
Yeah, House 3 was technically the horror show, and that was a bizarre movie.
I only seen 1 and 2, and I assume those are the only decent ones, but
They're the only ones worth watching.
5 or 6 of them?
I know they did a 4th one straight to video, which was god awful, but
Yeah, there's
anything
a bunch
after
of-
that, I don't think so.
Well,
Okay.
even like
There's
even
a
if I just did a ranking video on my channel for my top 5 killer Santas in horror movies, and my number 1 was Billy from
Black Christmas.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night,
Oh.
Deadly Night. No, I'm not Billy. Yeah, from Silent Night, Deadly Night. That was my number 1, not Black Christmas. But there was, I think, 5 or 6 sequels to Silent Night, Deadly Night, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And I've
There's
only
a
seen
lot
the
of
first 2,
shit.
but the one I've only 1 and 2 I've seen. 3 I started watching and I shut it off because they're just so fucking bad.
Did you
Speak
get
just
your
like-
Halloween end steelbook yet?
Who gives a shit about the end steelbook? Whoa. Hold on. Let me calm down here.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got a little hyper there. I shouldn't have overreacted.
Showed up in the mail today.
You're gonna have fun at age 45, aren't you?
Showed up in the mail today.
They're gonna have a bunch of those cocksuckers at that day. I'll be so happy to save all that money though, because I'm not gonna get anything signed by any of them. None of them.
You can't keep up with the collection, huh? You're like, no.
I can see Michael getting on the line for like
No.
What was
That
the guy who did,
fucking
who was the
hot.
guy that played Corey? Who was the guy that played Corey Cunningham?
That was not a Halloween movie, so I do not feel like I'm robbing my collection in the least bit.
Who was the guy that played Corey? Do you remember his name?
From
Brett?
Dildo.com.
Oh, it's what the heck's the kid's name?
Who gives a shit?
I could see
He wasn't
Michael
the
waiting.
problem. Well,
Well, I could see Michael waiting online, getting to the front of the line and being Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Just I've been watching Big Bang Theory a lot, as you can tell. And getting up there and he'd be like, "You want my autograph?" He's like, "No, I want you to apologize to me."
Rohan Campbell.
Yeah, that's it. Michael be like, and Rowan Campbell would be like, "You don't want my autograph?" Michael be like, "No, I want you to stand up and apologize to me."
But you know what's really frustrating about when you think about it? It's like they told him not to. They didn't want him being out there on a promotional tour because they knew he was going to get a lot of shit. So they knew that this was going to happen. That's where it gets frustrating now. You know?
Yeah. How great of a movie did you make if that's how you do your promotions?
They're like, no, we can't do it. He's going to get a lot of backlash. And I'm like, well,
Sucks, and because you got to do that shit.
I blame COVID.
I gotta change the subject. My heart rate is getting a little too high.
Hey, dickhead, stop it.
My blood pressure. My doctor said I'm not allowed to discuss Halloween Ends anymore.
Putz.
Oh, that Patring, I gotta give you my login and password for Voodoo so you can check it out right away. That Violent Night
Throw it in the
is
chat. I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow night if you throw it in the chat.
So
I'll
there's a
throw you
funny.
the password when we get off this, but you gotta check that movie out. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I heard good things about it, and when I did my what was it? I think when I did my
Remember,
top
Lisa and I
five
were coming
things,
home, and
it
I
was in
called
there.
you guys. I was like,
Yeah, I put it in my top. I made it an honorable mention when I did my Santa Killers, I said because I heard good things about it. I didn't watch it, admittedly, but I heard good things about it. So I might make my top 5 next year. But I had 2 other friends that I work with that saw it. They said, "You haven't seen it yet?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, look, guys, I don't go to theaters anymore unless it's a Halloween movie. I wait till they stream. I really do.
Fun.
We're not gonna spoil anything for Pat. Did you like the homage to Home Alone, Michael?
What is that?
Do you like the homage to the Home Alone stuff?
I did hear that. I heard there's a lot of traps and shit like Home Alone.
Oh,
stuff.
I heard so many different references to so many Christmas movies. There were a ton in there, I thought. But yeah, the way that I don't want to give it away, but
right.
The Home Alone ones were good. But I noticed so many references to other movies.
And throwing Beverly D'Angelo in the movie was like, what the fuck?
I couldn't
believe.
Whoa.
Beverly D'Angelo's in the movie?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait to watch it. I gotta watch it.
I couldn't believe that was her. April said that was Beverly D'Angelo. I said, hell no, that ain't. No fucking way.
She hit a brick wall.
When we got out of the
remember
movie,
her in American History X?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
She didn't look so great in that either, so she kind of hit a brick wall.
He was Beverly D'Angelo though. And this one, he's like literally older and looks like one of those rich fucking 80-year-olds.
Snappy bitch, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we got out of the movie, Lisa was giving me shit. She's like, "What are you doing on eBay?" I'm like, "I'm buying a poster before they get really expensive." So I bought a poster.
You knew. You're a pro, Brett. You're a fucking pro.
That's a smart move right there. As a collector, that's not a dumb move.
Because we saw it Thursday before it was officially out on Friday, and they've gone up. It's not like they're super expensive, but they're more expensive than what I bought it for. So,
you guys gonna hang for another beer, or what's your night look like? Because I'm gonna go pick.
If you guys want to, we could disconnect, but we could hang out for a little bit if you guys want to. Or
yeah. Let me do. We'll close this out, guys. Thank everybody for that came along. That's gonna watch this after the fact. Go watch Grumpy Old Men. If you haven't watched it, get the fuck out of here because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Watch with us. We have good.
Watch the pornographic version with Ann-Margret. No, just kidding.
With Ann-Margret, I mean, come on. And then this coming Friday, be sure to check out our year-end review, whether Michael does his homework or not. We'll be doing our podcast on Friday night rather than Sunday, because Sunday is New Year's Eve, and I'm going out with my wife and my son and my daughter. We're all going to go hang out and party. And thankfully, one of them will be driving my drunk ass home, which is a beautiful thing. No Uber. No Uber required. And I'll be sure to watch Thursday on my channel. I will be premiering my year-end review with Chicago Boogeyman. That'll be on my channel where we did our top 10 officially released Halloween items this year, our favorite items, and our 5 other items we picked up along the way. So check it out.
Be supportive, Brett. We gotta be supportive of these certain situations right here. You know that, right?
We do.
You gotta go.
But Tring, we're super excited for you and your other thing.
Is the other thing bigger or smaller?
It's smaller. You can see the ratings. No, I'm playing.
Hey, I've been told size doesn't matter. It's not the size of the pen, it's the penmanship, damn it.
You know, I'm excited.
The size of the views, is it?
I am super excited that somebody got a microphone. And what did you say you got a camera too, Michael?
Yeah, so where's the camera and the microphone, you son of a bitch? Why you don't have it out tonight?
You set that shit up. It's all still in a box and fucking like I'm surprised mode.
It's not gonna work if it's
in the box, out of the box. Who gives a shit?
It's not gonna work if it's in the box, damn it.
You're gonna notice a big difference next week.
Let's see how cool this one looks on camera. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty decent.
There he goes.
Oh, you got one.
Oh, I bought one. Yeah.
Oh, too cool. Hey, by the way, I hate to say this, but
looks like this.
The Secret Santa presents I sent you guys, you haven't opened them, right?
No, we're waiting for Friday.
Oh, we're gonna wait till Friday, right? Or no?
Yeah,
well, just making sure
they're both under the tree.
Underneath. So, like, opening it is opening it. Very nice.
Okay. So if you look right here, hold on. I'm playing with
Smallest dick I've ever seen.
Camera. Fancy camera. Show it. There it is. Everything's under the tree. You see it? Everything's under the tree. There they are. Besides my glass and my mouse pad.
So Michael, you know what I wanted to tell you? I had Lisa open it, but I was like, is it wrapped or unwrapped? She's like, no, it's not wrapped. So I'm like, okay. So I left it at that.
So you don't know what it is?
Don't know. No.
Okay, cool.
She didn't even look at it really. She's just, I think it's unwrapped. I'm like, okay. We'll leave it at that.
Right, cool. I think you're going to like it. Trust me. It's really cool. The train.
Dude, the masks are good.
Attention.
We're here for the
chick with the big boobs.
I gotta start watching. I didn't finish up all those new episodes. I did like them though, the new ones, man. They were good.
Some of them were really good. Did you see Nice Butthead?
Is that where he's had the medicine? That's right, and they forced all the medicine out of him. Yeah,
that's the best one by a long shot.
I'm on the one where they got the opposite clothing colors, or they both get concussed by the one guy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I love the one where they're on Mr. Anderson's roof. Remember that whole thing?
They're all decent, but that Nice Butthead was definitely the best one.
Oh, I like the escape room one too, with the going through the fucking bathroom transfers.
Man, I gotta tell you, that fucking Violent Night was a good movie.
I'm glad you watched it because I remember that night getting out. I'm like, oh, I got to talk to these guys. So I'm glad you gave it a shot, dude.
Oh, that was a good movie.
And David Harbour's done conventions, man. That's a good one to get signed.
Yeah. I think that'll be like Terrifier. I think that's going to be a lot bigger than we think.
I think it's set up to make more of them, right? You would assume.
I would definitely assume that. Yeah, definitely.
Well, he's not on. Like the way the Leguizamo thing with the chimney, that was wild, right?
Yeah.
That was close. Woo!
Oh, that was a quick, easy, just, hey, fuck it, let's do it like this kind of thing.
What'd you guys do? What'd I miss? Making fun of me as usual? Bastards.
Oh, Patring, we could never do that.
Actually, what we need to do after this, if you guys want to go off live and just tell everybody what we're doing, like I said before.
Yeah, you know what we can
Friday
do?
is our thing, because I actually need you guys to help me with a test.
Okay, and you know what? After we're off, maybe we should just do all of our stuff prepped for Friday after we're off the air. Maybe if you guys want to, right?
That's fine by me. I'm working from home tomorrow, so I can do it. It depends on you guys. It's what 11:36 by you guys. So let's do this. Everybody watching this after the fact, we will be on live on Friday night for our 2022 year-end review. We're going to see who does their homework. I've been doing some homework to see, some cool Halloween stuff that came out this year. Movies that came out this year. Music that came out this year. What? I can't hear you. You need to put the new microphone. I can't hear you. Get the microphone out of the box.
What are you saying?
Oh, you can't hear me?
It's hard to hear you. You need to get the microphone and the camera out. Damn it.
I said I felt like that was aimed at me directly about the homework.
Oh, it so was.
I know. It's so wild. In real life, in my because this is fantasy life where I do what I want and it's just great and there's no repercussions. In my professional life, totally opposite. Totally opposite. I'm the guy that's wondering why everybody else hasn't done their job. It's kind of a nice change of pace. I'm not going to lie. It's like a totally different person I get to be. It's very therapeutic. I recommend it to all of you.
Beautiful, man.
So let's do this. We're going to get out of here. We'll see everybody live on Friday night for our year-end review. It'll be our last podcast of this year. And then we'll look towards to some good shit next year. thanks to everybody that's going to be that watched with us. Everybody that's going to be watching after the fact for Grumpy Old Men. And then next week, our next watch along will be we're going to pick back up with the Halloween franchise and do Halloween 5. And Lord knows we can talk about that one for fucking hours.
Mm-hmm.
And, so we'll see everybody then. You two guys hang on, and we're going to get out of here. And everybody, see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.